In this video, we are going to discuss about reverse charge mechanism and e-commerce operator. Now, section 9 bracket 3, 9(4) of CGST Act. These two deal with reverse charge mechanism. We are then going to discuss 9(5), which is e-commerce operator, again CGST Act. And what are the corresponding provisions of IGST Act? For IGST, it would be 5(3), 5(4), and for this, it would be section 5(5) of IGST Act. Okay. Let's start with the services which are notified under section 9 bracket 3 or 5 bracket 3. Now, the first service which is notified under section 9(3) and 5(3) is a director providing service to a body corporate. So if a director is providing services to a body corporate, the law provides that body corporate would be required to pay the tax. Here, please remember one thing. If a director is an employee, then in that case, it is covered by negative list. GST will not be applicable. Forget about reverse charge, forward charge. If he is not an employee, then in that case, yes, it will be covered by RCM. Body corporate will pay the tax. But sir, how will we identify whether employee or not an employee? If I were to give you an instance, section 192 of Income Tax Act provides for TDS in case of salary. So if TDS is being done on section 192, then it is salary, you are treated as an employee, then in that case, GST will not apply. But if TDS is being made in other sections, then in that case, that payment would be liable under reverse charge mechanism. The second entry deals with author, music composer, or a photographer. So, author, music composer, or a photographer providing service to publisher, music company, or a producer. Who will be responsible to pay the tax? Publisher, music company, or producer will be responsible to pay the tax. But remember one thing very important in this, that author has an option. What option? He can pay tax under forward charge by taking GST registration. In such cases, he has to inform the proper officer and also inform the publisher that he is going to collect tax. He has taken registration. That is an option which is available to author, not for music composer or photographer. And remember one thing, once the author selects this option to collect tax under forward charge, for next 1 year, he cannot change the option. Then, the third entry in this deals with insurance agent providing service to insurance company. So, if insurance agent is providing service to insurance company, then insurance company is responsible to pay the tax. Fourth one, security services. Security services provided by any person other than body corporate. Careful, careful. So, supplier should be a person other than body corporate and he is providing services to a registered person other than composition dealer. So, this combination has to be met. Security service provided by any person other than body corporate to a registered person other than composition dealer. If this combination is met, only then RCM will apply. There are two such entries where other than body corporate is used. Be very careful of this. One is security service, one more will come in a while. Then, government providing any service to a business entity. But when we talk about this entry, two services are excluded from this entry. So, government providing any service to business entity, two services are excluded. Which are those two services, sir? First one is those first three limbs of exemption. Speed post, express parcel post, life insurance, agency services, transportation of goods and passengers, or service in relation to aircraft or vessel. In these three cases, tax is payable under forward charge when provided by government. So those three are not covered by this. Second is renting of immovable property. These two services provided by government is not covered by reverse charge. Which two services? One is that first three limbs, Department of Post related services, speed post, etc. Second one, transportation of goods and passengers. Third one, service in relation to aircraft or vessel. And the next is renting of immovable property provided by government. That is also not covered here. But then government wanted to bring renting under reverse charge. So they brought this entry. Then they said, if government is giving renting of immovable property to a registered person, in that case, RCM will be applicable. So what is the status of renting provided by government? See it very carefully. If government is providing renting service to a person other than business entity, other than business entity would obviously be unregistered, then it is exempt. But if government is providing to business entity, check whether it is provided to unregistered person or it is provided to registered person. If it is provided to unregistered person, then taxable forward charge. If it is provided to registered person, taxable RCM. Keep this in your mind. Very important. So government providing renting to a person other than BE. What is BE? Other than business entity is exempt. But business entity, if they are providing this to business entity, if he is an unregistered person, taxable forward charge. If it is a registered person, taxable reverse charge. But sir, what if business entity preceding financial year turnover does not exceed registration limit? That exemption is not available for renting of immovable property by government. Be very careful about this particular diagram in the exam. Okay. Then the next service is Overseeing Committee of RBI providing services to RBI. Obviously, this Overseeing Committee is to catch various tax evaders, catch various persons who take fraudulent loans and thereafter don't repay the loan. So that's why government came up with this special Overseeing Committee. Overseeing Committee has members who are not employees of RBI. So those members of Overseeing Committee check the health of books of accounts of banks and try to find out future loan fraudsters who will run away. In such cases, who will be responsible to pay the tax? RBI will be responsible to pay the tax. Then, renting of motor vehicle designed to carry passengers provided by any person other than body corporate. People, these are the two instances where other than body corporate is used. Careful. These are the two which you have to be very careful. It is other than body corporate. And see the difference. Here, renting of motor vehicle to body corporate is covered, not registered person. See the difference in language. Security service here uses registered person. But renting of motor vehicle by a person other than body corporate to a body corporate is covered. So only if the recipient is body corporate and the supplier is other than body corporate, only then this particular provision will apply. Plus, the law also says not paying tax at 12%. If the supplier chooses forward charge, then he will pay tax and collect tax at 12%. Then RCM will not apply. This sentence, that is option to pay under forward charge, is there for three sectors. Once you saw author. Second, now you are seeing renting of motor vehicle. Third, you will see GTA. These are the three sectors where supplier has an option to pay under forward charge. If supplier is paying under forward charge, will RCM apply? The answer is obviously no. So be very careful about this. And obviously the law says fuel charges should be part of the value. Then the next entry is GTA. GTA, again the law says not paying tax at 12%. That means if GTA wants to pay tax at 12%, can they register and be under forward charge? The answer is yes. And sir, why will someone be under forward charge? So that he can get ITC on its purchases. GTA providing service to, the law provides that it would be registered person or specified person. Sir, who is this specified person? Specified person covers factory, society, cooperative society, partnership firm, body corporate, casual taxable person. These are specified in specified persons. So remember one thing, if these specified persons being factory, society, cooperative society, partnership firm, body corporate, casual taxable person, then recipient will be responsible to pay the tax. Then the next entry deals with something which you are very familiar with, recovery agent. Now recovery agent providing service to banks and financial institutions is also covered by reverse charge. So who would be discharging the tax? So recovery agent providing service to bank. Bank will be responsible to pay the tax. Then the law provides for arbitral tribunal to business entity, and with this you also have advocate or senior advocate providing legal service to a business entity. Recall, advocate, senior advocate providing to business entity. But tell me, if the business entity's preceding financial year was up to registration limit, then it is exempt. Then there is no question of RCM being applicable. And then the law talks about sponsorship service provided to partnership firm or body corporate. Careful, here the law only mentions partnership firm or body corporate, does not mention registered person, does not mention sole proprietor. Careful. And the last one is a person outside India providing service to a person in India. Okay. Few other services are also new entries, but before that, let's try to remember all these. I'll just tell you a small story based on which you can remember this. I have a friend. He was a director in a music company. One day, he received a call from terrorists. He was a director in a music company. He received a call from terrorists. The company arranged for insurance agent and also took help from security services. They took help from government and RBI. He used to travel in a rented vehicle and sometimes in a truck. He was killed by a recovery agent. Company filed a case in the arbitral tribunal with the help of an advocate. Finally, they sponsored an event outside India in the memory of the director. Hear this carefully. There was a director. He was working in a music company. He received a call from terrorists. The company arranged for insurance agent and security services. He took help from government and RBI. He used to travel in a rented cab and sometimes in a truck. Thereafter, killed by a recovery agent, filed a case in the arbitral tribunal with the help of an advocate. Finally, sponsored an event outside India. With this, you have to be very careful about these 2 points, that is security service and renting, where body corporate is, if supplier is body corporate, then RCM will not apply. Plus, 3 cases where forward charge may be triggered. Author, renting of motor vehicle, GTA service. Careful about these 3. Then, there are 4 other services which are not part of this story. First one, individual direct selling agent. If there is an individual direct selling agent providing service to a bank or financial institution, then such bank or financial institution is responsible to pay tax under RCM. Second, business facilitator to bank. Third one, agent of business correspondent to business correspondent. Now be very careful about this. See, business facilitator to bank is RCM. But if it is rural area, everything is exempt. Okay, so we are clear with this much. Now coming to urban area, business facilitator to bank, RCM. But business correspondent to bank is not in RCM. Okay. Agent of business correspondent to business correspondent is covered by RCM. Clear with this? Be very careful about these two entries. And finally, lender of securities to a borrower of securities. Lender of securities to a borrower of securities. See, you can take securities on lending based on lending security scheme. In that, what happens is I take shares on rent that the supplier of service will charge me a lending fee. In such cases, that lending fee will be liable to GST. So, lender of securities giving his shares to me will charge a lending fee. In such cases, the law requires the borrower of such securities to pay GST. Careful, it is only for securities, not lender borrower just like this. Lender of securities providing services to borrower of securities. Clear with this? Okay. This was about services which are covered under 9353. Coming to 94. What is 94? See, 94 basically deals with cases where supplier is unregistered person, recipient is a registered person. Correct? Government has a power to notify goods or services where registered person will pay the tax. Government can also notify who will that registered person be. Government has notified only one real estate sector in this. And what does that provide for? Government says that if you buy, you are a builder. Who is a registered person here? The notified person under registered person is builder. Now this builder, he has to purchase at least 80% of input and input services from registered persons. Sir, if he purchases 75% from registered persons, in that case, on that 5%, he has to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism 9454. So, at least 80% of input and input services should be purchased from a registered person. Plus, then we talk about cement. Cement 100% to be purchased from registered persons. Sir, if I purchase even some amount from unregistered person being cement, you have to pay under 94 as a builder. So the registered person who is notified under 94 is builder. So this builder, if there is any shortfall, then builder has to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism 94. And capital goods 100% to be purchased from registered person. See, construction industry, you always purchase bulldozers or road rollers or cranes. All that should be purchased from registered person. If you purchase from unregistered person, then as a builder, you will be required to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism 94 and 54. Remember one thing. Keep this thing in your mind. The moment you see capital goods, if it is unregistered, pay under RCM. The moment you see cement, pay under RCM. But when you compare input and input services, na, first you exhaust cement. First you pay for cement only for the balance amount. Check whether 80% criteria is satisfied. I'll just show you a simple example. Say suppose my total input and input services purchase is rupees 100. Out of this, purchase from registered persons is rupees 60 and unregistered persons is rupees 40. So first try to find out how much of this is cement. Say suppose cement is 25. Then first pay this 25 under RCM. And then check the total. If you have paid 25 rupees RCM, then total comes to 85. Have you met at least 80% criteria? The answer is yes. Because cement is an input. Capital goods is separate, but cement is an input. So you have to consider it together. And for others, that is 25 minus 40, 15 rupees. No need to pay RCM. Why? Because you have already met 80 rupees. There can be other case like cement is 15 rupees and others are 25. So cement you will pay first. Total comes to 75. For 5 rupees you have to pay under RCM. Clear? This is about 9454. The last discussion in this is 9 bracket 5 or 5 bracket 5 where e-commerce operator has to pay GST as if he is a supplier for notified services. Now the question is, what are these services which are notified in this? The first service which is notified is transportation of passengers in a radio taxi, motor cab, maxi cab, motorcycle. Radio taxi is Ola Uber, GPS technology. Motor cab up to 6 passengers. Maxi cab more than 6 passengers up to 12 passengers. And motorcycle, you understand. But remember, transportation of passengers. If it is a case of transportation of passenger service provided through e-commerce operator has to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism of e-commerce operator 9 bracket 5. Okay. The second one is accommodation. Accommodation only when supplier is not liable to register. Careful. If the supplier is liable to register, in that case 9(5) will not be triggered. Be very careful. If the supplier is registered, 9(5) will not trigger. So if I take an example, Taj Hotel providing services through Make My Trip. Taj Hotel is registered. Then Make My Trip is not responsible to pay tax. See the difference between first and second. In the first case, transportation of passengers, Ola Uber has to pay tax as if they are the suppliers, irrespective of whether driver is registered or unregistered. But accommodation provided through e-commerce operator, ECO has to check whether supplier was liable to register or not. If supplier was liable to register, then supplier will discharge. ECO will not discharge, it's not covered by 9(5). If supplier is not liable to register, then ECO will have to pay tax. And the last one is housekeeping services. Again, where supplier is not liable to register. That means if the supplier is liable to register, will ECO pay the tax? The answer is no. If supplier is liable to register, then supplier has to take registration and pay tax. See the difference between first and second and third. First case, ECO has to pay as if he is the supplier. But accommodation and housekeeping, If supplier is registered, then ECO is not responsible to pay tax. So what have we discussed? 9.3, 9.4 deal with RCM, and 9.5 deals with e-commerce operator liable to pay tax as if he is the supplier. This was part 1. And this was part 2. See you all in the